self-reliance YouTube page. Today we're going to be discussing a very tragic situation that just happened a day ago. We talking about the young brother Kohan Wiley, a 1 year old little handsome little black brother who was unalive when the police opened fire on the car. I think his mother, I don't know if his mother was driving or a family member was driving, accused of stealing some Pampers. To my understanding, has been proven that they did not steal anything, that they had paid. Yeah, I can't believe it. Handsome little guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and to, open fire with a baby in the car. I mean, like, what is wrong with these Neanderthals? Have no, but when you think about, and again, I'm going to stick to the issue and we're going to address the greater issue of a lot of our children being unalive, not just by the police, but by even the other black men and women. We got to this book majority men, and we have to address that. You know what I'm saying? We have to address that. But this particular incident, the police opened fire on this family who they accused of all of this for some motherfucking Pampers. This shit has got to be the saddest shit I ever seen. But see, this is where, black people have to come to an understanding that it just ain't gonna get no better. So you're gonna have to figure out something to do other than what you've been doing, because that ain't working. That's not working. You see, all this pretending and shit that America gonna get better is a lie. It's not gonna get better. It's gonna get worse because motherfuckers have failed to realize that this shit was never meant to be on this level. Sometimes you got to, certain shit, just because you have this utopian ideology that all people can mingle together and all of that, that's not true. You see, some things have to have its own habitat. And that Neanderthal need to be back up in the cave some goddamn where he came from. He cannot exist in society. And all these niggas that took on his mentality and act like he act and pillage like he pillage, they can go with him. You see what I'm saying? Because we have to make up in our mind that we can no longer do this. We have to, we can no longer do this. This is over with. You see, the only place for us to go is up. That's it. This shit right here is ridiculous. But this family was accused. Now I would like to know who accused, because if the woman paid, I want to. No matter what, there should not be no firing on a car with a child in it. And from my understanding, they knew it was a child in the car. They knew it was a child in the car, but they don't give a fuck. When it's a black man, woman, or child, they do not give a fuck. This is Mississippi. Another, we talking about the top lynching state in United States history. You see, you got some deep hate and sentiment against black people in Mississippi. You got some deep hate and sentiment in Texas and all of these states where you got, and you supposedly, but yet and still, we still dealing with this shit. It ain't changed. You can go back to the 50s and the FBI, when they tried to buck Mississippi, go why them motherfuckers was sticking together. They know they be doing wicked shit. But them motherfuckers down there stick together. That's how they do. That's how they do. And soon as they get one of theirs unalive, then, oh, he's such a dangerous boy. He killed that. Man, bitch, do you know how many you done killed? How many you, and I ain't saying he defended. How many innocent people have y'all illegally? Now they had legal lynchings, and if you add that on top the illegal lynchers, the ones that they want to count. You see what I'm saying? We have never had no power to inflict that type of terror on them. So when we get to talking about, who's gonna make the decision about what happened on this video, you already know. We are not in no position to dictate, the determining factor on when the police see this video, or any judge or any of that, when they see that, what the determining factor is going to be. Because more times than not, the determining factor is that the police get away with it, or they get a slap on the hand. But that's it. You see what I'm saying? So we have never had no power like that. So the only thing we could do is cry out like, this is foul, and you're wrong, and they don't even want you to cry out. You see what I'm saying? They don't even want. So their racism have been, they have been able to inflict their racism on us with, authority, and that's the difference in racism and prejudice, because racism is prejudice plus authority. You see what I'm saying? They not only do they don't like your black ass, they the judge, they the lawyers, they the defense and the prosecutor, they the sheriff. You see, they the turnkey, they the bailiff, they every motherfucking thing. You see, and they stick to, so they got a system so where they can inflict their prejudice on you with an overwhelming authority, and you don't have no authority to be able to inflict nothing on them. Nothing. So how in the fuck is 12 white people your peer? They got in, he said, just like Jeffrey Metcalf said, you only could vote in the 19. He had enough, but I like that. You could only vote in 1960. We voted so you could, we voted so you could vote. So, I mean, show me where you have ever been able to enforce a law, a rule, or anything on white people. You don't have the authority. So that right there, when they say being judged by 12 peers, how the fuck is you a peer with white people? You see what I'm saying? That don't even make no motherfucking sense for somebody to say some stupid shit like that. You was not judged by 12 peers. You was judged by 12 oppressors. And then you might as well count the Asian and whatever. They honorary whites. They gonna roll with the white man, period. Because they wanna be accepted by him. They in proximity, they want to be in proximity to him because they think that raises they rank and file. So they gonna roll with him majority of the time. That's just the facts. That's just the facts. You see what I'm saying? So, we got to clearly understand, they just don't even want you to cry out. You understand what I'm saying? They don't even want you to, and we can show where they have illegally and just killed niggas for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. I seen where, goddamn it, they lynched a nigga for insulting a white woman. He must have called her a bitch or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, move around. She probably said something to her, and motherfuckers say, bitch, move around. And they hung him just for insulting somebody. Ain't that a bitch? If they was hanging motherfuckers just for insulting a motherfucker, it'd be a whole lot of Neanderthals hanging from a tree. Tell you that. You see what I'm saying? So we have to understand that this shit not gonna change. You see, it's not gonna change. And so we have to clearly make a decision as to how, and most definitely segregating right now is the immediate answer. You see what I'm saying? They need to stay the fuck on away from us and our people. But we have to initiate black power, meaning that we gonna take over our community. And so it's less of them a need to have them in the community. When you take over your businesses and you start, and even, we need to be able to teach our own children. So we need our people to, once again, want to be a teacher. You know what I'm saying? So we can have black teachers in black schools. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people just running from teaching because they don't, there's not paying, but that don't matter no more. You see what I'm saying? Thank you, family. Thank you. I appreciate you. We got to take over and so there's no need for them to be in our community. And if they want to take away all these laws, civil laws and shit, that take away segregation, and so y'all can get the, all desegregation. Don't desegregate shit. You understand? Go on back out there. Go on back where you at. Don't depend. It's separate but equal. I'm all right with that for now until we could move to the next stage. Separate but equal. Segregation. Goddamn it, put it back on the books. Y'all go out there and fucking police your own people, judge your own people, and let us do the same. That's right. That's what needs to happen at this point in time. Because we're not fucking with y'all. Y'all killing our people over bullshit. We're not fucking with y'all. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? That's real talk. And so, family, I send my condolences out to the family of Kohan Wiley. It's such a horrible, horrible situation. That's a horrible, horrible situation to know that young fella, passed because of some shit like that. That's no way. That's no way for our babies to have to deal with some tragedy on some level shit like that. That motherfucker should be charged. He should be charged. You understand what I'm saying? And he should, if they don't, they should give his ass life in prison for what he's done. He should be fired immediately. He should be charged, you see, for murder. You see, goddamn it, murder because you knew a child was in that car and you fired on that car. You see, over some damn Pampers. Man, that shit don't make no sense. But anyway, family, appreciate y'all. Tap my link down there in the video description, Patreon. I got invaluable information, videos for the family to strengthen the mind, the spirit, the body. You understand what I'm saying? Because we got a lot of work to do, and you need to have that type of spiritual black power nutrition so that you can stay strong out here in these trying times. I'll see y'all in a minute, family. Black Power.